I heard you lost a friend among their friendly smiles that never seems to end the way her charm beguiles, and yet I've found a place within the atmosphere without a single trace of love, shed not a tear, and I, so brave, decided to be more than I had ever been before. And I found out we saved the best of all, the worst for last, live in the past the way it used to be. I heard you lost your mind out in the galaxy. It's always hard to find what no one else can see. We're all just subjects to a king without a throne. You know, I thought I knew what no one seemed to have known, and I, so brave, decided to be more than I had ever been before. And I found out we saved the best of all, the worst for last, live in the past the way it used to be. Sleepless days and nights fading to nothingness, and I'm not one who's right too much, but I don't miss a single second of the past. We used to be so foolish, not in love and last. I want to see. So I, so brave, decided to be more than I had ever been before. And I found out we saved the best of all, the worst for last, live in the past the way it used to be. Thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is Kyle Micho. I'm originally from Baldwinsville, New York. Tonight, given that the Eclipse is tomorrow, I thought it'd be cool to do a special kind of show, a chronological storyteller type show. That song's from back when I was a 16-year-old kid, 25 now. And I was making a lot of demos in my room on my iPod Touch, like it was a tape recorder, but it was just an iPod Touch. And eventually I got enough demos that I thought I should go make an actual demo at Subcat Studios. So they had a demo deal. It was 3 hours, maybe it was 6 hours, $300. My friend Mike, who played drums, and I went in there, tried to make a record. Because I'd read at the time that if you wanted to get a record deal, you needed a demo. And my iPod Touch recordings were not going to cut it. So we practiced some songs, and we went in there, and we expected to record 10 songs in 6 hours. And somehow we got through 8. But I was shocked. I was shocked that we couldn't record everything immediately, because I'd never been in a place like that before. And we ended up releasing it as a CD, giving it to our friends and family, $5 each, sometimes free. We called it medium rare because it was not quite well done. But it's nice to revisit these songs. take you by the hand and show you to my door. I've got every second planned and 1,000 more. An artist through and through, there's so much for us to do. I'm always wanting more, to say the least, 'cause life is a canvas and you are my masterpiece. Can I take you out tonight? And can you take me in? Underneath the starry light, there's no way I can't win. An artist through and through, there's so much for us to do. And acquiesce does not mean you must cease, 'cause life is a canvas and you are my masterpiece. Darling, take me by the hand and don't walk out the door. I've got every second planned, we don't have many more. An artist through and through, there's so much for us to do. All I ever wanted was release, but life is a canvas and you are my masterpiece. Thank you. Back in these days, I was writing in a very unconscious way. I would hear songs in my head. Still do, but back then I would write them down, kind of fit words into the music without thinking about what they meant. And they weren't necessarily about anybody or anything. I'd have to kind of figure out what they were about later. But it didn't matter at the time. It was just about the act of doing it, songwriting. I wasn't even performing yet. Just making all these demos. And my friends found some of them on SoundCloud. So when I finally released that CD back in 2015, one of my friends who'd been listening on SoundCloud asked if she could play one of my songs on the announcements. Because before school started, we'd have a song play on the announcements to tell us, okay, it's time to go. And the very first song that I heard on the announcements was my first quote-unquote hit of those days. It's called Quiet Girl. It's a nice little song. It goes like this. Your smile, your hair, I saw you there. Couldn't speak. You left me speechless for a week. Your walk, your talk, no need to stop that I can't keep. Away from you or I can't sleep. Let them see a different side of me, baby. When it's for you, it lets my heart break free, baby. You never knew all that you could be, maybe. Quiet girl on the side of the street. And in those days, that's all it was. It was just songs like that, you know? It was nice and simple. And so my friend Mike and I had a band at the time. And I hadn't been playing these songs out for people yet. Hey, guys. We didn't have a lot of time to play our first gig because it was the talent show. We only had 3 songs. And there were 2 covers that we were planning on doing. The Pretender by the Foo Fighters and My Generation by The Who. But in the middle, we wanted to do an original. We just couldn't decide between 2 of them. A mainly instrumental song that I had called Far and Away, and another song called Of, O-F. So we thought the best course of action would be to combine the songs, and it birthed the whole new song. It still exists today. It's called Far of Away. Take my hand, I'll make you understand. I'll take you like we planned, far and away. Who goes in when life keeps putting out? Can we win if filled inside with doubt? It's a sin when all your feelings hide inside. Get away, we'll never speak again. Not today, but tomorrow we can. What will you say when boarding on the ride? You tried. There's a way to the end, a faster road that's just around the bend. Down the wandering road, there's a quiet girl in a polar swirl of find a friend and hold them close to you till the end. 'Cause what more can we do? Can't pretend, pretenders disappear. It's so unclear. There's a way to the end, a faster road that's just around the bend. Down the wandering road, there's a quiet girl in a polar swirl of there's a way to the end, a faster road that's just around the bend. Down the wandering road, there's a quiet girl in a polar swirl of Thank you. Gotta get some water. I'm not used to stage lights like this. The very first time I ever played in front of people, I walked out, and there was a spotlight, blue spotlight, right in my eyes. The first thing I said on stage was, I can't see any of you, but here's a song that I wrote. I can see you. I can see you guys, don't worry. So when I was young, my parents made me join orchestra. They actually made all of my brothers join orchestra. There are 4 of us, 3 younger than me. And when I was in orchestra, I thought I didn't like music, but it turned out that I didn't like orchestra. So by the time I finally got around to making this CD when I was a senior in high school, I thought it'd be good to give it to my orchestra teachers. And so I did. And one of them heard one of the songs on it and thought, oh, that would sound good with an orchestra behind it. And so she wrote some music, and I got to play it at one of their concerts with my classmates behind me. It's the only time I played with an orchestra. And it doesn't get played much, but this is a nice gig to bring it back out. So just imagine. Warm escape, a sweet surrender. Tell your lies to the pretender. Everyone is said and done. All of us have gone our separate ways. All the people vanish in the haze. Keep your eyes forever open and your heart forever open now. I'm so tired I can't sleep. So many empty promises to keep. Underhand, extraordinary. In the sun, we're meant to marry. See yourself upon the shelf of memories from where you once belonged. Before the nights where all the rights were wrong. Keep your eyes forever open and your heart forever open now. I'm so tired I can't sleep. So many empty promises to keep. Yes, sweet surrender. Thank you. Hey, thanks, Fanny. I got some water. I'm just sweating from the lights. Thank you. So, then I went to college. Yeah. I know you guys from college. And freshman year was an interesting year. It was 2016. It's the year that things started to begin to open up for me, I would say. And, you know, a lot was going on in the world. I was still writing unconsciously, but the page was beginning to turn. And that was about the time when people started putting their music on Spotify, or at least it came into my head anyway, independent artists. And I found a way to do it, and I thought, okay, I should record some songs and put them on Spotify. So me and Mike went back in the studio, and I took some of the songs that I wrote that semester in college, that first semester of college. And looking back on it now, I was already starting to think about time, the fleetingness of time. You can never go back to a moment, only forward. And if you're not in the moment, you're going to miss it. Ferris Bueller said that, right? So this is one of those songs from that time about trying to be present. She said, it's almost over, it's almost over. Just close your eyes and grit your teeth and you'll get through it. Yeah, you can do it, there's nothing to it. It will be over soon, he said. How many days and how many hours until I get out of this place? I need to run far and never look back. Not give a thought to what's left behind. And every day the clock is just too fast. It's so damn hard not to live in the past. So take whatever comes along your way and savor every moment, every minute, every day. She said, it isn't easy, it's never easy. I'm getting tired of being tired of this, he said. It's almost over, it's almost over. So don't you dare let go, she said. Well, what's the purpose? Is there a meaning? I don't know anything, and he said, it doesn't matter, you've only one chance, so don't let go. And every day the clock is just too fast. It's so damn hard not to live in the past. So take whatever comes along your way and savor every moment, every minute, every day. Just too fast. It's so damn hard not to live in the past. So take whatever comes along your way and savor every moment, every minute, every day. Thank you. So after that first year of college, I had a goal, and it was to write a musical. And yeah, you remember that, Ryan. And I thought that if you were going to write a musical, you had to know how to play piano. I don't know why I had this idea in my head, but I did. I, I agree. I agree. I I would advocate that to my younger self now. But back then, I had this idea in my head. I don't know why. So my mom got a free piano from one of her speech therapy kids. And I set out to teach myself piano. And I was always writing before I knew how to play. Guitar, piano, whatever, harmonica, ukulele. I'd start writing songs immediately. And the first song I wrote, I don't remember. But the second one I wrote ended up being the title track of the first actual complete album I made. It came to me one night when I was lying in bed that summer. I was thinking about a friend of mine, and I thought, man, she is like a song. Oh, she is a song. She is a song. And I set out to write this song, and I did. And I sent it to her. Later on, we ended up dating and breaking up. And it really broke my heart, man. It's the first time it broke my heart like that. Yeah. But it was also the first time that I became really conscious of my emotions. So it was big for me, but the whole album was just like an explosion of emotion. Hi, Linda. And so I don't play this song much anymore, but it's a very special time, marked in my memory. And it still exists. It's still alive. You can stream it today. And you can listen to it right now. It's called She Is a Song. She is a song I sing, isn't afraid of anything. She is a well of joy, an ocean of love, nobody's toy. A woman and I am just a boy. She is a daffodil, quick with a charm before the kill. Smile is a ray of light, my one shred of hope, my kryptonite. She's hot as the sun, dark as the night, ahead of her time. And under that skin is a woman who may never let you in. But to love is not a sin, and she knows it. Under the Manhattan skies, she'll open her mind and close her eyes, and drift off to paradise. The world melts away as if it's ice. She'll leave it behind. And under that skin is a woman who may never let you in. But to love is not a sin, and she knows it deep within. Thank you. So I scrapped the musical idea, but now I knew how to play piano, which I still do sometimes. And as I said before, it's the first time my emotions got really unlocked. And it's not like I hadn't been feeling them before. It's just a matter of coming to consciousness of them and what they are. And so one of the things that I was feeling was a lot of frustration. There are a lot of people I thought in my college who were doing some fake hippie shit. And what I mean by that is pretending to be hippies on social media and in dress, but not actually living the peace and love. So it confused me, and it made me think that hippies were not a good thing. I wrote this song in about 5 minutes, and I was very frustrated when I was abroad in London. Don't you know that hippie shit won't fix your life? And by now, you're about 10 years behind. Slow down, take a breath, and look around, my dear. Some things change, but the change can't buy you jack. If you looked into a crystal ball, you'd stare at your reflection, captivated and enthralled by what you'd see. And I'm just sick and tired of it all, the way that everybody judges everybody else. And yet that was a judgment in and of itself. I digress, I undress my hollow lies, exposed for the world to see the sham I am, flimsy, artificial, and contrived. If you listen to the things I say, I don't make any sense, yet I piss the hours away, drawing flowers and rainbows on the walls with black and gray colored pencils, because no one ever taught me how to paint. I guess now you want a few more words. If you're still listening, go outside and listen to the birds, 'cause they sing better than I ever could. But here I go, I'm trying, yeah, I'm trying, and I want you all to know that goddamn hippie shit won't save your life. And that flower in your hair was once alive. Go home, take a long, hot, private bubble bath. Then go make one real friend you can trust. Trust you back. And don't stab theirs. It's not so hard. Thank you. Thank you. It's not vodka. So frustration is fleeting, you know. Song I still play, but I don't feel that way anymore. Something that lasted a little bit longer. Sadness. And so right around this time, when I'm feeling all these big feelings, I was feeling a lot of sadness. I didn't know where it was coming from. And the way I was raised, a lot of the feelings that I had were pushed down. In society, it's kind of a norm to ask how people are doing, but not actually want to know. Maybe you don't have time, or maybe you don't know them, or maybe they won't tell you. But there's a lot of, how are you? Oh, I'm good. And it results in a culture where you push things down. And then when they come swelling up, you have no idea what's going on. So with this song, I thought that I marked a turning point where I could finally take that and channel it and transform it and alchemize something that's really dark into something that's light and universal, a shared experience, connection. And that's where this song was born. It's called Smile. Hi, you look like you're high. You're shielding your eyes. No, don't be embarrassed. I am too. It's something I do when I'm feeling blue, to escape from my mind, yeah. Just like you, 'cause I'm scared to say how I feel. And right now, well, nothing seems real. I've gotten so used to pretending everything's fine. I'm sorry I can't let you in. I'm trying, I swear, but I've been conditioned to cover my feelings with a smile. Yeah, I'll make you smile. We'll laugh for a while, but later tonight sad. I can't help but know. Sometimes I feel low. It comes and it goes like dark blue waves, and I drown in a sea of my doubts and my fears, and irrational thoughts fill my ears, and I can't fall asleep. So I sit up and write down these words, and it pains me that you never quite understand what it feels like, and I never can quite explain it. It's heavy and dark and it's lonely, and you feel like nothing at all. Unless you have felt like this too, you tell me it's happened to you again and again, and your brain, it eats you alive every day, and you can't run away from yourself, so you stay busy all the time, running from this thing to that thing, and all the while you put on a smile. And I'll never know how you feel, but God, I wish that I could. Oh, I would. Oh, I would. Well, it really was swell talking to you, looking into those eyes I see. Someone like me, for a minute there we shared something special, but now it's time to go back to where we came from. Close our eyes till the darkness is done, and wake up and both hope that the sun helps ease our minds. And when I meet someone new who reminds me of you, I'll hope that my smile turns into a face that reflects how I feel. 'Cause these days, well, nothing seems real. I'm getting so sick of pretending everything's fine. I'm sorry I can't let you in. I'm trying, I swear, but I've been conditioned to cover my feelings with a smile. Thank you. So at this point, we've really reached the valley of the set, because the next song died. I wrote it in a few minutes. About 6 years ago, this month, I had a collaborator who I'd met at a concert who wanted to do a song together. And so we recorded it together, we performed it together. It sounded pretty good. But I made the decision at the time to release the album it was on without telling anybody, including her. And she obviously wanted it taken down. So I took it down, and it hasn't been played very much. It's a very dark song, but it's a very beautiful song. So I'm going to sing it for you tonight. Give it a little life back. It's called Drip. I'm so sorry, but I'm leaving. can't stay here, but you know that each day is heavier than the last, and the days trip by like a faucet I should have fixed, but I don't have the tools. It's not your fault or hers either. I'm the square in this hole. Maybe time will make things clearer. Time just never was my friend. Let the years drip by like a faucet I should have fixed, but no one taught me how. Let the tears drip down. I won't make a sound. Say the words you never got to say. Close your eyes, don't speak, just listen to the forest, sing the breeze, hear the songbird full of laughter, sway to the music of the trees, and you'll feel me. Thank you. So then we moved to New York City. My friend Alex, right there in the glasses, found a apartment in Bushwick where Emma and I only had to pay $375 a month to live there. And it was a miracle. And it was because it was COVID. And everybody, not everybody, a whole lot of people left the city that winter. And we decided to go in. For the first half of the year in 2021, everything was closed. Absolutely everything. Well, almost everything. And the second half of the year, everything opened up again. So it was a very unique experience. And all the while, I was experimenting with sounds and recording on my own for the first time since the days of the iPod Touch. Because all of those songs in between, I've been recording in a studio. And I learned the idea that recordings were to be mixed and mastered into oblivion until you got them perfect, or as close to perfect as you could. So this thing of chasing perfection kind of blocked my enjoyment of the process of creation. And during those COVID times, I was creating constantly, but I never thought anything was finished. So when I went back out to play again when things reopened, I had a lot of new songs, but they weren't ready. And if you came to a show in those days, this is what you would have heard. I've got a secret, I'm feeling good. You know I need this, you knew I would. I took a subway to a new neighborhood, and now I'm here and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling free, I feel excited, I feel like me, I feel important, I feel unknown, I feel impatient, I feel alone when I see you walking backwards. It makes me feel like I'm free. Why you pulling people backwards? Why you falling on me? You see things from my perspective, doing good for the collectives, doing good for individuals. And if you love like I've been loving, though you'll never see what's coming, you'll have fun in every push and pull. And if you live like I've been living, not forgetting, just forgiving, you will be an individual. And your heart will be full, and your heart will be full, and your heart will be full, and your heart will be full. I see you walking blindfolded, it makes me feel like I'm free. Why you leading people people blindfolded. Why you falling on me? Thank you. So yeah, it was an interesting time going out into the city after not being around society for so long. Scary. As a performer, it was scary. Getting up on stage, it felt like the very first time when that spotlight blinded me back in the old days, and I was like, well, the first stage I played was actually our apartment. But that was so scary, man. And it was an interesting time. A lot of people had ideas about what was going on. Still do. But people were less afraid to talk about them, I think, because it was kind of a reintroduction to each other. And so, in the way that I used to write unconsciously and let the songs kind of drop into my head, by now I was a lot more conscious and writing lyrics that said something, but I still had that process where things would come in out of the blue. And I used to spend a lot of time up on our roof in Bushwick. And sometimes lines would come in that I didn't really know what they meant, but I knew that they were songs, and I knew that they wanted to be born, and so I thought, all right, this is my job, and go out and play them for people. And this started to form what would become the last record in these days. This is one of those songs with a line that's like, what? If you want to go into the stars, you gotta transcend. If you want to go up, that's what you gotta do. If you want to go into the stars, you gotta transcend. If you want to go up, that's what you gotta do. People turning zombie, wondering why they're feeling so bad. Paying for addiction, well, it's gonna get you whether you're ready or not. You're ready or not. Well, if you want to go into the stars, you gotta transcend. If you want to go up, that's what you gotta do. If you want to go into the stars, you gotta transcend. If you want to go up, that's what you gotta do. Do you even notice that you're in a state of disease? Can you even focus, please? It's gonna get you whether you're ready or not. You're ready or not. Well, you've been brainwashed. Well, you've been brainwashed. Help, you've been brainwashed. Thank you. So yeah, pretty intense stuff at that time, but you know it felt right. And I was using a distortion pedal back then too, which I don't like as much now, but Imagine Scott Pilgrim versus the world type sounds back then. But not all the songs were like that. Some of them were a lot simpler. And I remember at the beginning of the 20s, so many years ago, 3 years ago, talking about a lot about the 1920s. And what would these 20s be like? For some reason, I thought of doo-wop. I don't think doo-wop was in the 20s, but I made that connection in my head. And so one Valentine's Day, I wanted to write a doo-wop song for the new age. And so I heard this simple little love song about simple love, simple, beautiful love, written for Emma B. It's called Doo-Wop Song for the New Age. Shooby-doo-wop, shooby-doo-wow, wow, wow. Shooby-doo-wop, shooby-doo-wow, wow, wow. Little darling, if there's anything you want from me, I'll give it happily, 'cause baby, that's me. Little darling, if I can help to feed your appetite and keep me up all night, baby, that's right. You needed someone to hold your hand when hard times pass you by. You needed someone who understands that all you gotta do is try. Oh, so please believe me, if there's anything you want or need, I'll give it happily. And baby, it's free. Hit it, Frankie. You needed someone to hold your hand when hard times pass you by. You needed someone who understands that all you gotta do is try. Oh, so please believe me, if there's anything you want or need, I'll give it happily. Baby, it's me. Oh, oh, let me try. You feel so good, shooby-doo-wop, shooby. Feel so good, shooby-doo-wop, shooby. Feel so good, doo-wop, shooby-doo-wop, oh, oh, oh. Ooh, ooh. Thanks, man. Thank you. So at the end of 2021, we left New York City because the rents went back up to normal, and we did not. We thought it would be a better idea to go out and take a cross-country road trip of America. And the way we were going to do this was figure out how to get a car for free and how... Wait, no, not yet. And house sit for people. Watch their pets in their houses. Emma found an app called TrustedHouseSitters.com, and we found one in January in Woodstock, New York, which is not where the festival happened. It's a little town of artists in the Catskill Mountains. And we went and we watched these two cats, Squeaky and Pippin. And we were all set to start planning our road trip when Emma herniated a disc in her back. And it was a very difficult injury, and we had to go home. And so just like that, it went away. But we didn't have a car anyway. And so we went back. I worked a job that I really did not enjoy in the music industry. It was a remote job on my laptop. I just couldn't relate to it. But Emma started bartending, which she's still doing today in a very evolved way. Creating her own events, building a community, doing cool shit all the time. So we saved up for the year, back at home. And then one day, I got a text. Would you like a free car? And yes, I did. And so I went down to Long Island and picked it up from my uncle, who was giving it away because someone else had given him a free car. Passing it along. And I hadn't wanted to play shows for a while that year because the job I was working really turned me off to music, which is not a good sign because this is really my job, you know? But I did start here and there playing shows. And when I did, songs started coming back. What I mean by that is they started popping up in sets again. When I'd build a set, I do it in the same way that I write songs, which is listening for what song comes next. Musically, lyrically, whatever. Just whatever comes into my head. And songs were coming up that I hadn't played in years and thought I would never play again. Like songs from the very first album. Last night I caught a train of thought. I thought you knew to double back and off the track without a clue. The perfect storm is dry and warm when I'm with you, but I'm alone and on my own, and I fell through, caught up in love, but I'm the only one, a mourning dove to see the setting sun. Goodbye, I miss you so much. To think that I could never die alone would be a foolish thing. The bells will ring and you will see. Mistakes of us will come back just as strong, and we will never know where we could go most certainly. Caught up in love, but I'm the only one, a mourning dove to see the setting sun. Goodbye, I miss you so much. Thank you. Thank you. But you know, I'm happy that song came back. This process helped me remember that not everything needs to be controlled so much. I kind of developed a mindset where I had to very specifically curate everything that went up online or wherever at shows. If I wasn't playing it then in those recent years, then maybe I should never play it. And I used to take down old music when I was done with it, but it's been a long process of reintegrating and opening up to the creative process, which is really very fluid and messy and chaotic. So it wasn't just recorded songs that were coming back. There was also unfinished songs. One song that I only had a voice memo of from 2020 came back one day. And really compelled me to write the words to it. And it still hasn't been recorded. But here it is now. It's called Late This Morning. Woke up late this morning in a hurricane I cannot explain. Television warning of a threat brand new. What am I to do? And it felt wrong, so wrong, so wrong. It just felt wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Came here for your wisdom, but you got so mad. Said that God was bad, abandoning his kingdom. What a thing to do, leave it up to you. And it felt wrong, so wrong, so wrong. It just felt wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Can't hide, no, you can't run, wasting all your days just waiting for his famous only son. Looking out the window, what am I to see? Past the dying tree line, in line, in line, in line, in line, in line, in line. In line, 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 in line. So we had the car now. Back to that. Yeah. The car's name is Kirby. Named after the license plate we got, KBY. And we thought we'd restart our journey across America in Woodstock. Because we made friends with Susan, Squeaky and Pippin's caretaker. So we went back that following January 2023. And I left a job I didn't like, that was draining me. Built a website and started booking gigs. And right away, one of the songs that I'd written the fall prior in 2022, when I was setting up some recording equipment in Emma's room, and it just came out immediately. I was testing the audio, and here's the song. Became a crowd favorite really quickly. It's about loving your friends, not for the things about them that change. Those things are always changing. What they say and what they do, that's not them. It's about loving them for their essence. The thing that doesn't change. No matter what you say or what you do, I love you. And I didn't hear a lot of songs about that. And I thought, well, why not? It clearly wants to be born. It came out immediately. So if you got a drink, this is a swing your drink kind of song. It's called Say What You Will, But I Love You. Old friends, say what you will, say what you will, but I love you. Yes, I love you. Yes, I do. Soul friend, be what you will, do what you will, but I love you. Yes, I love you. Yes, I do. Gave me the runaround at the bar to be kind, but those things don't matter to me. I'd rather you speak your mind. So, old friend, say what you will, say what you will, and I'll love you. Yes, I love you. Yes, I will. talk to me carefully to avoid being crude. But I don't mind listening to your anything. If you're rude, it's fine. Just speak your mind, oh, old friend. Say what you will, say what you will, and I'll love you. Yes, I'll love you. Yes, I will. If we only could accept that we don't know everything, and extended love to others to ease their suffering. And if we didn't blame our brothers, and then elect a king, helped our neighbors solve their problems, well, what change would that bring? What change would that bring? So the album that I've been working on since that song died and I blew myself up in my own face, was a process, and it was linked to this trip that we were about to take from Woodstock, which I thought would be a tour. I thought I'd be going out and playing gigs across America. But I really only played, twice? I did 2 open mics. Instead, I recorded songs in other people's houses. And I did the guitars in Oregon, and I did the vocals in Kansas, and I recorded it in the shower and on the stairwell. And I literally banged pots and pans together. And the neighbors looked out and said, "What the fuck? What is going on?" But it's a project, you know? I wanted to be creative and live creatively. And do it within my means. And be honest about what I was making and not dress it up so much that it lost its spirit. So a little bit of a back step. I spent a summer in Nashville. Just before we got the car, in 2022. Because I thought maybe we wouldn't be going on this trip after all. And maybe we'll move to Nashville instead. Might as well go check it out. Found a place that made sense. What I found there were not a lot of like-minded songwriters. I found a lot of industry there. I found a lot of people imitating. Trying to write the same songs that they heard on the radio so they could get on the radio. And I just really didn't want any part of that. I wanted to make something new. I wanted to write about what I was seeing and what I was living. And I felt I had something to say. And so some songs came out of that period where I was living there by myself in this very hot place. One of those is still around today. It's called Earth 2022. Please, whatever's being said, listen to your heart, not your head. Someone's gonna know something that you don't, and do it even though you think they won't. A lot of people real fucked up, not being listened to. A lot of people really don't know who to listen to. Oh. So, if you know you're right, keep it to yourself for the night. And when you do wake up, take a look outside. Notice how the stars are feeling fine. Ah, 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 ah. A lot of people real confused are being listened to. Too many got a lot to lose and they don't know anything. So please notice when you go, you don't keep a thing. Your body is absorbed into the ground. So while you're in the song, see if you can sing, see if you can ring and make a sound. Ah, 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 ah. Everybody's waiting for someone to listen to. What if you unlocked the door and you notice that everything is one giant living thing, connected by the sun, the planets sing. We could sing along if one day we choose, or we could compete and win and lose. Ah, 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 ah. So that song is called Earth 2022, but it's not the only song I wrote about the Earth. What? Oh. She's like showing me a $20 bill. Back in the day in high school, my English teacher, Mrs. Pickard, decided that for our class, which was called Stage and Screen, we would all make pop-up plays to raise awareness about climate change, because the Paris Climate Accords had just happened. This was fall 2015. And I didn't want to write a play. I was a songwriter. I was like, hey, Mrs. Pickard, can I do a song? And she liked me, so she let me do a song. And it went on to become maybe my greatest hits. I got to play it around the school. I got to play it in the hallways when the other kids were walking in. I got to show up in their classes and stop the class and sing this song to them. It was the whole thing. But I didn't play it at gigs for a while, you know. I thought it was kind of a silly song. But these days I actually think it's not so silly. It's actually a pretty good song. It's just written by a young person. And it's one of those that came out all at once, you know? And the very first time I ever heard my own words sung back to me live was to this song at Funk and Waffles. The old location, not this one. There used to be one on the University Hill. I was like, man, what a cool feeling. But that's this song, guys. It's got a life of its own. Feel free to sing along if you know it. It's called Styrofoam. Imagine the oceans covered with foam, the floating white boxes, one ship for no charge to your home. Now I'm not John Lennon, but it's clear to see soon we'll be growing and picking a styrofoam tree. This styrofoam problem ain't going away. I'm counting on you, there's so much to do today. Imagine a planet where everything's white and nothing's organic, and not before long it just might turn into a problem that we cannot solve. There's no way to fix this unless we act now or evolve into styrofoam people or just run away. I'm counting on you, there's so much to do today. And alright, my good friend Styrofoam, say good night to our planet Earth unless we must fight. Styrofoam, make your home here when we disappear. This styrofoam problem ain't going away. I'm counting on you, there's so much to do today. It's true. Styrofoam takes like some absurd amount of time to decompose. Oh yeah, good one. They've also got what? Fake plastic trees. I know what you're talking about. That's a good song. Huh? Unless there's also a song called Styrofoam Trees. What? Yeah, I know Amy. Oh, you're Amy's friend. Hey. Welcome, Duncan. Nice to meet you. What? Ludus Crown? It's an anagram of my real name. Nice. Anyway, good stuff, man. You sound great. Thanks, man. Amy's our friend from Woodstock. Well, she actually lives in Syracuse, but... So there's one more song that I had to write before we took off on our cross-country adventure. Didn't know I was going to write it, but it just came out one day, and after this, the whole album track list came together pretty seamlessly. And I always enjoy playing this song. I hope you enjoy hearing it. It's called The Coconut Song. I lost my way to the end, I lost my way to the top. When you get high, you're like a coconut, will never ever drop. I spun myself in a web, I didn't know when to stop. When you get high, you're like a coconut, will never ever drop. Someone else can tell you where to go, but they're not paying for your funeral. You're temporary, don't you know? You're temporary. I lost my way to the end, I lost my way to the top. When you get high, you're like a coconut, you'll never ever drop. Someone else can tell you what to know, so they can tell you that they told you so. You're temporary, don't you know? You're temporary. I lost my way to the end, I lost my way to the top. When you get high, you're like a coconut, you'll never ever drop. Spend my time playing pretend, I didn't know when to stop. I got higher than a coconut, will never ever drop. Now I'm living as a coconut, will never ever drop. Thank you. Hey, you know, Amy was there the first time I played that. I thought you was. So yeah, there are a lot of songs coming back. And one of those was a song that I wrote when I was 18 years old. Made a demo, put it away, and then it started coming back into the sets. And then it came into the album, which I really didn't expect. But it was a nice reminder to myself to be patient and let life unfold. Forget about the pleasure you have left behind. I know I'll always treasure being by your side. The road ahead is glimmering with hope. So look up from behind your microscope. It's easy to be trapped inside a memory. It's harder to escape, but darling, once you're free, the world, it seems to beckon you away. And darling, please believe me, that's okay. 'Cause everything you need is in your soul. So let go of the things you can't control. And when your story's ready to be told, it'll all unfold. So when you feel like your whole world is inside out, just know you're not the only one consumed with doubt. Though on the outside they may seem okay, everyone is feeling the same way. Everything you need is in your soul. So let go of the things you can't control. And when your story's ready to be told, it'll all unfold. Thank you. Got a couple more songs for you. Thanks for coming out and listening to this Storyteller Evening of Originals. The next song is one that I wrote to myself as a kind of note to self. To get out of my head. I was in my head way too much. And yeah. I needed to hear it. And every time I play it, it's a good reminder. It's called Get Out of Your Brain. Your life was frozen. Your heart is opening. Did what they told you, now you're awakening. Don't feel so bad. It's alright. No, don't feel so bad. It's alright. You know what's coming, it's nothing you can know. Just let it happen. Have courage and let go. No, it's not just you. It's alright. Not a thing to do except for just be you. Be you. Stop your judgment. There's no time for that here. Have some courage. Step into your worst fear. You're feeling it insane, Just wait and get out of your limited brain. So, we went out on our trip. It was really great. We really didn't encounter that much trouble at all. We got to see all of the north of America, straight up through Washington, down to Oregon, back into the middle, through Utah, into Kansas, and back. It was a really wonderful 2023. And while we were there on those house sits, all the while I was working on recording. And when the album started out, I really thought that I couldn't do it. Not physically. I just mentally couldn't be okay with the things that I was making. Because I had this idea of how recording should be. But over time, and with a lot of time, I broke that idea down and captured a very natural album. I even left in most of the frequencies. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to cut out the ones that clog up the audio space, but I thought if I was going to be honest about it, I never hear records like this, so might as well leave everything in. And the title track of the album have been floating around since the New York City days, 2021. I remember being on the subway, just when things had reopened in June, we were heading to the Pride celebration in New York City. Sorry, in Manhattan, but it is in New York City. From, oops, I'm done. And we went from Brooklyn into Manhattan. We were on the L train, and I heard this song in my head. And it just wouldn't leave my head. So I took this voice memo of me singing it as we walked frantically through the subway stations. Emma, no, this way. But there's that song, and when I went home that night, I wrote it. And right away, it had a spirit of its own. There's no song that I've written before or since that has a spirit like this. And it's about you and me. Everybody. It's about your power as a creator in your life. Everyone's creating everything in their life with every action they do, and every thought they think, and every word they say, every move they make. Every breath you take, I'll be watching you. But the song encourages you to be creative and to be yourself. There are plenty of people trying to be other people, and they will never succeed. So, there's only one of you. Why not be you? We need you. So thanks for listening tonight. My name is Kyle Micho. This song is called You. Vinny, I'll see you next Saturday at Stout Beard. Things that you wish, and you get to flop like a fish, and you say that I don't exist, and you get to be all the things you want to be, and you got the world at your wrist, and you got the means to resist, and you say that I don't exist, and you get to be all the things you want to be, and you into the mist and see all the things that you missed, and then you're allowed to exist, and you get to be all the things you want to be, and you got a lot on your mind, and you know the way to be kind, and you got a matter of time, and you get to be all the things you want to be, and you plate full of fear, and you got a voice in your ear, and you find it hard to see clearly. Live sincerely, they can't hear me. Who are you hoping to reach by hurting hearts when you teach your soul? Washed up on the beach, and you get to be all the things you want to be, and you creator of form, and if we stop feeding the storm, then no one would have to perform, and we could all perform together honestly, and you are the maze in the map, and you are the mouse in the trap, and you got the world in your lap, and you get to be all the things you want to be, and it's you. You got a lot on your mind, and you know the way to be kind, and who were you hoping to find, 'cause you get to be all the things you want to be. It's you. It's you. It's you. Are the maze in the map. It's you. Are the mouse in the trap. It's you. Got the world in your lap. It's you. It's you right now. It's you. In a world full of fear. It's you. Being insincere. It's you. With a wheel you can steer. It's you. It's you right now. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you starting to find your mind out in the stars. It's you starting to find your mind in the stars. And tell everybody that you love them too. It's you, they're you. Thank you all very much. Have a great rest of your night. And enjoy the Eclipse. I'll see you next time.